You're listening to the Weekend Sport Podcast with Jason Pine from News Talk ZB.
Let's get on to the field. Hurricanes Highlanders, 4:35 this afternoon, Sky Stadium. Salesi Rayasi will play his 50th game for the Hurricanes, starting on the left wing. Congrats on the milestone, Salesi. Do you remember your first game for the Hurricanes?
Yeah, I do actually. It was against the Chiefs, and I just remember the build-up for it just being, I don't know, I was just really nervous for the week leading into it. And, special to get the debut, but it was, I guess now when I think back on it, it's my 50th. So but it's a bit bizarre or a weird feeling, I guess, coming to my 50th match.
So do these sorts of milestones get celebrated internally or recognised internally by the team?
Yeah, they do. I think we, I think leading into the week, I got the nod that I was going to be playing, and there's a milestone and a bit of a PowerPoint sort of thing put on for us. And I think when you make your 50th, you receive a ring as well to, I guess, honour that achievement.
Terrific. Good stuff. All right. Well, let's look at the game today. It's a game, obviously, which will determine where you finish in the regular season, depending on the result later on between the Blues and the Chiefs. A bonus point would be really helpful for the Hurricanes this afternoon. Does that make your try scoring? Is it more of a try scoring mentality in this one because of that?
In the back of your mind, it is. It does dwell on that. If you get the bonus point, we do take the top spot, but you kind of just got to take the win first, and if the bonus point opportunity does present itself, then you can, try your arm and try taking it. But the first job will probably be, trying to get a win first. And I think the Highlanders present, a different challenge for us. And they've been, playing some good footy, and so I guess for us it'd be just, try and start off well, and if we, start off with the blocks really hot, we can possibly try our arm and trying to get that bonus point if it does present itself.
So you're starting this afternoon. Your 10 appearances, or this will be your 10th this season, a bit of a mix of starts, but also playing an impact role. How do you structure your week differently when it's the 11 on your back?
You get more reps during the training week. You kind of you're involved a bit more, versus coming off the bench. You're probably just observing, and your reps is not as often as you are if you are versus starting. But I think it's similar in a way, but very much different versus starting versus coming off the bench.
It's a pretty stacked group of outside backs at the Hurricanes at the moment, isn't it? How does that dynamic work? I mean, everybody wants to play, right? But everybody wants the best for the team. How does the dynamic work between the as I say, pretty stacked group of outside backs you have?
Yeah, it is a pretty stacked, outside group, and I think there's probably, other positions who are in similar scenarios where there's, I guess the spread of players are really, really good. So, we all, I guess, feed off each other and help each other try and put our best foot forward for the team, and you're just trying to go out there and do your job and try and make the best of every situation, scenario that you're out there. So it is like you said, everyone wants to play, but you can only get a limited time to try and get out there and do it. So whenever you do get presented that opportunity, you just got to make sure you do your best, and hopefully your performance can hopefully push your case. But like you said, it's competitive and it's stacked, so it's just one of those things that you just got to juggle as a player.
Given where we are in the season then, last round robin game and into what will hopefully be 3 finals matches, do you feel like it's a chance to stake a claim for a starting spot as we come into the real business end of the season?
I'm not too sure. It's quite. I think both all the players that have been starting the majority of the games really have stake to claim, really, because they've played most of the minutes, and our team's kind of been on a roll since then. So it's a winning formula, really, and you're just trying to see where you can get any opportunity you can to try and, I guess, make a stake. But it's just one of those things. Look, you just go out there and perform, and hopefully your performance does your talking for you. And then the coaches, they've got the hard decision. So yeah, it's try not to think too much about it, but just try to think that hopefully my performance can do the talking for me, and then the hard decisions will come from the coaches.
Just on the coaches, I'm just trying to remember, was Clark Laidlaw your national sevens coach when you played sevens for New Zealand?
Yeah, he was actually. My debut tournament. And Roger Randall was actually, and then Oz McLean, and those two coaches were my first one in Hong Kong, because he was with the Commonwealth.
Yeah,
and then I got called back into the team for London. So yeah, my London and Paris, first time in Europe, was and Clark, he was my head coach, and he told me that you're going to be playing this weekend. So yeah, he was my first. He was the international coach for us, and he was awesome. Yeah, Scotsman, you're fiery, but at the same time, he's got a lot of passion for the players, and I guess he connects well with all the players. He's got a great sense of humour, so it's funny to see him in the 15s environment where there's more players, but he still, for some strange reason, he still keeps the same connection like he was with, I guess, a lesser group in the sevens environment.
That's a real skill. That's awesome. That's really good to hear.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Has he brought, I guess you assume that, he'll bring some stuff across from the sevens into the 15s, like fitness, for example. Like, did he run you hard pre-season?
It was different this pre-season compared to last. I think our pre-season here with because our first match was over in Perth, we kind of catered, I guess, our leading blocks going into Perth around that. So a lot of heat chamber sessions, which was definitely uncomfortable, and incorporated wrestling as well into that. So it was just a different experience, really. Normally we do like watt bike sessions in there previously, but this time we were, doing wrestling. So it was, I guess it correlated to the fact that it's a collision sport in rugby. So that was the interesting thing. I guess that kind of gave us a little bit of edge leading into the first block of games coming into the season. So yeah, definitely a different take, I guess.
Yeah, well, something's obviously working. You're still in contention for top spot. Salesi, all the best for this afternoon for Game 50. Hope you get the win and the table position you're after, and all the best for the knockout matches that lie ahead. Thanks for the chat.
Hey, cheers. Thank you, Jason.
No, thank you, Salesi. Salesi Rayasi there. 50th game for the Hurricanes this afternoon. Let's get into the Highlanders camp. Assistant coach focusing on attack, Kenny Lynn, is with us. Kenny, thanks for taking the time. 4 wins in your last 5 matches. It's been a pretty good last month or so for the Highlanders. What's been going particularly well for you?
Well, yeah, it's been really good last month for us. We've got a few key players back from injury. We've kind of managed to strip our game back as well, so it's a lot simpler for the lads, and they've been performing really well. It's been really good to be a part of.
So when you strip it back, what are the things that you're left with? What are the basics that have been going well?
Well, our kicking game's been important for us. We saw that especially when we were over in the wet game in Tonga against Moana Pacifica. That was the first chance to put that through, and then just the kind of basics of footy, really, around the breakdown, the set piece, are getting a lot better. It's when we strip back the plan and allows the players to play a little bit more what's in front of them rather than overthinking. So, yeah, it's been a bit of that.
That win over Moana Pacifica over in Tonga, I mean, heck of a place to go. Great occasion, terrible day in terms of the weather. How big a performance and a result was that for you?
Yeah, that was huge for us because, like you say, massive occasion, really cool to be a part of, being in that first Super game over there. And we knew what it would be like playing Moana Pacifica over there, but we prepared really well. We really needed that to pick up an away win, to build some momentum, to give ourselves a chance of playing in playoffs. So cool, really cool experience to be a part of. We embraced it. We had a Tonga week ourselves and ate lots of Tonga food, learned Tongan songs. We went and visited Falau Whakatava's school before the game. So, yeah, a really cool experience.
How good. Sounds awesome. And then back home, and you beat the Crusaders the following match, breaking a long-standing drought of wins over not just them, but the New Zealand sides. Again, how significant a win was that for you?
Yeah, I mean, big rivalry for us, Southern Derby, and doing it after coming back from a away trip was huge. It was really, really satisfying as well because of the performance. Like, big crowd, lots of our supporters. We loved getting out and playing in front of them, and we put on a really good performance for them, which was really cool. And, you know, Crusaders, regardless of what's been happening for them this year, it's always tough playing them. And so really good for the players. Did get a little bit of that bogey beating the Kiwi Tom off our backs, but we hadn't really spoken about that, but it's always nice to put that behind us. And then, yeah, it's meant that we're able to continue building momentum, yeah.
And then last week, I think some people maybe thought the Fijian draw might be perhaps a bit of a banana skin for you, although they're a different proposition at home, obviously, than they are away. But you put that to bed straight away. Your most convincing win of the season. You guys are going all right at the moment. The draw win last week, the latest example. So another good performance that you'd be happy with?
Yeah, we were really happy. We were under no illusions of the danger and like the threat that the draw posed. Even though getting a wins away from home for them has been difficult, they still have been really hard to break down. So we were well prepared for that. They got 18 players that were in the World Cup last year. They're a well-coached team. So, but what was really good was the type of rugby we played. Like, again, it was expansive and it was good to watch. Put on some nice tries and executed, and the guys look like they were enjoying themselves. So that's really key. And in saying that, that's been an awesome run. We had a tough game away against the Blues, and then obviously today, really big game against one of the form teams all year against the Hurricanes. So we are conscious that it's been going well, but well aware of what awaits us today.
Well, what that run's done is lock you into the quarterfinals ahead of today's game. Doesn't matter what happens today, you'll be in the quarterfinals. You've made a few changes to the starting personnel and on the bench as well. Is that to keep yourselves a bit fresh ahead of the quarterfinals?
Yeah, it's a bit of both. So we have had some players like Timothy Tavatavanawa have played massive minutes, and it's a good opportunity to freshen them up, but also really for the whole squad to get them battle ready, because you don't know what's going to happen with injuries, and giving everyone a chance. There's a couple of guys who have trained really well and hard all year and helped set up the starting team, and this is an awesome opportunity for them to have a crack. So it's a bit of both, and hopefully we can not only get guys who haven't had a chance to show their wares, put a bit more pressure on us when it comes to selection next week.
All right, 47-12 lost to the Hurricanes earlier in the season. So what do you want to do better today?
Yeah, we got taught a real good lesson there. I mean, Hurricanes play really good footy, good strong carriers. They got a good line out and scrums, their set piece. So they're a real well-rounded team. Enjoy actually previewing them. They're good to watch and hard to play. We got done in a few of the real basic parts of the game, like in the breakdown, we lost a lot of ball. Our line-out didn't function well. So, again, like, you're coming into this kind of business end of the season, moving into the playoffs, where it really is that solid kind of foundations of the game, which is your set piece, winning your ball, breakdowns. That's the key for us to give ourselves a really good chance today.
And you personally, Kenny, you spent the last decade or so over in France playing and then moving into coaching. How are you enjoying being back in New Zealand? Yeah,
really enjoying it. I've loved France. I loved everything about it. But in the same sense, it's nice bringing the family home. I've got 3 primary school age children who are absolutely loving the life here. It's like Disneyland compared to the schooling in France. So that makes it easier. And as much as I love coaching over there, because the footy is different and it's cool, I really want to get a new experience and keep growing my coaching ability in the Southern Hemisphere. So it's been nice coaching against different teams, dealing with different refs and different ways of playing. So no, it's been a good experience so far.
Excellent. Hey, thanks, Kenny. Thanks for joining us on Match Day, mate. Really appreciate it. Kenny Lynn there, former Highlanders player, now assistant coach focusing on attack. So 4:35 this afternoon, Hurricanes v Highlanders.
For more from Weekend Sport with Jason Pine, listen live to News Talk ZB weekends from midday or follow the podcast on iHeartRadio.